Welcome to MyMontessoriWhy, the podcast where we celebrate the stories behind Montessori education. I'm your host, Isabella Tai. Each episode, we sit down with a Montessori educator, parent, or advocate to uncover the moments that shaped their journey, the aha moments, the challenges, the joys, and the deep sense of purpose behind this beautiful philosophy. These are short, heartfelt conversations that remind us why Montessori matters, reveal the shared mission and passion behind our work, and the deeper purpose that connects Montessori communities everywhere. Through these stories, we witness how Montessori continues to transform children, families, and entire communities, one intentional moment at a time. Thank you for joining us. Today, we're happy to have Ben, School Director and Owner at Central Montessori School, to join us today. We're so excited to hear her Montessori why. Thank you so much, Ben, for joining us today in the first My Montessori Why podcast. I'm very excited to have you. I've known Ben for over 3 years now. She's been with me since the very beginning of my Montessori journey. And I'm very grateful to have her, work alongside me along this journey. And I know her story quite well. And I'm very excited to have her today with us to share her Montessori why. So, Ben, thank you so much. Would you like to start by introducing a little bit more about yourself and your work?
Sure, absolutely. Thank you, Isabella. Thank you so much for inviting me for your podcast. I'm honored to be part of Why Montessori family. We've, as you said, we've come a long way. From where we started with just an idea, and now it's getting worldwide attention. Well done to you. Congratulations to you.
Thank you so much.
As far as we are concerned, we love Why Montessori. We love Montopia. My teachers and my families are really enjoying it, watching the videos of the children working and constantly getting updates. They are much more involved, and they are much more educated. So thank you for that. And also made the office very, very, um, what's the word? Made me as an office manager or a director, made my life very easy. Everything's done with the push of a button, and we have all our videos, lessons, plans, report cards, our communication with our parents, and everything's done for us, really. So thank you for all you've done.
Thank you so much for your kind words.
Thank you. My name is Banafsheh Mortazavi. I have a AMS Montessori School in Encinitas, California, San Diego. We have over 150, 160 students. We have 9 classrooms. Our age group is from toddler classroom, which is 18 months, to 6-year-old kindergartners. I have about 25 members of staff that are helping me to run the school.
That's exciting. So I know that your school is expanding, and congratulations on that. That's a
Thank
huge
you. Yes.
milestone. Yeah.
Thank you
Do you
so
want to
much.
share a little bit more about, the expansion of your school?
That the expansion is was one of my dreams for many, many years. I always wanted to have my second and the third and the fourth school, but there was always something. Things happened. COVID happened. So a lot of stuff happened. So we kept pushing us back until I got this opportunity to expand our school and add 3 more classrooms. So we got the 2 adjacent buildings next to our school, and we combined those 2 buildings, and now we have 9 classrooms instead of 6 classrooms. So that's been
Congratulations.
amazing for us. I'm very, very excited for that.
Wow, that's huge. That's exciting, especially with now the challenges in the Montessori community with the UTK program and the enrollment is decreasing. And for you, you're expanding. So what's your secret?
Um, I honestly, I mean, majority of my students and families are neighbors and friends of friends and co-workers, and kind of like, they just hear about the school. I think the reason I'm, as you say, successful is because I'm always here. I work 5 days a week. I come to school early in the morning, and I'm usually here late in the afternoon. I'm constantly in communication with my parents. Get an email, they get a response within 20 minutes. My teachers have been with me for many, many years. I've got teachers been with me for 20 years and 18 years, 16 years, and my turnover is very low. And I love that because every time, obviously, when you get a new member of staff, it takes time to train them because every
Absolutely.
school is different. Every school
Yeah.
has their own policies, the way they run their school. And I'm very particular. So everything needs to be done properly. I don't do shortcuts. I do the
Mm,
long way, but I need to have a good result. So so my teacher's been here for many years, and I'm always been here. And everybody call me as Ban. Everybody call me Miss Ban. When I even get phone calls and parents are setting up a time to come and tour the facility, and they say, "Hi, are you Ban?" So I'm like, "Yes, yes, that's me. That's me. That's I'm Ban." So I'm kind of everybody knows me as Ban. I just
right.
went. I gotta tell you something funny. I went to uh, buy something from Facebook Market, and we
Mm-hmm.
went. It was a treadmill that I saw that I'm like, oh, this is great because I do exercise in the garage. So when we went to get there, all of a sudden the people that were selling me the treadmill, they realized that I own the Montessori school and it's in Encinitas, and they start telling me, oh, do you know this? Do you know they all come to your school? They all know you. They've
Yeah.
told me about your school. We came for a tour, but so it was kind of like Ensenita is my family. No matter where I go in Encinitas, or
Yeah.
I would say maybe the 5 mile radius, I see my families, I see my
Oh, that's
children, and it's I really really enjoy this. I love
that.
this
Yeah.
community, very small community that they kind of I'm part of it,
Mm,
and very happy.
mm,
Um, Everybody has a smile there on their faces. Children, teachers, um, my parents, when they walk in, everybody has a big smile, and we do high
mm,
five, and we compliment the children on their dresses, on their backpack, on
mm,
the clip on their hair, and we always. It's just such a happy, safe environment. I think this
mm.
is my
Happy, safe
goal.
environment.
This is my goal to have that for my family,
Mm,
because they drop off their little ones and they go
mm.
to work. They don't know what's going on.
Right.
So for us to come and pick up their child and see their child happy, smiling, giggling, learning, it's so rewarding for me. This is all I ask.
Mm.
That's all I want. I just love this.
And I know that your background before you transitioning into Montessori is quite unique. You work in the fashion industry. So can you share, your moments of decided to transition from fashion to Montessori, which is kind of a huge pivoted moment for you, right?
Sure, absolutely. Yes, I was in retail, I was in fashion, completely different circumstances, completely different clientele. It was all about traveling, going to shows, going to exhibitions, and it was fun. I mean, I wouldn't change it. I loved it, and I had my own
Mm.
store in London, where I used to live for 26 years. I got married in London. My kids are born there,
Wow.
and so that was I think one of the very memorable time of my career. It was fun. I was young. I was very young. I was very young. I was in my 20s and I loved it
Right.
until I became a mom.
Mm.
So I got pregnant when I was in my mid 20s, late 20s, not mid, late 20s. And I had heard about Montessori from my sister-in-law, who has
Mm.
I think 5 schools in Toronto, Canada. And
Mm.
she was encouraging me to go and learn about Montessori and educate yourself now that you're becoming a mom.
Right.
So I start reading books. I start looking at what options of Montessori, what kind of Montessori, what are the difference between AMI, AMS, and all of that. What's the difference between a child development preschool and a Montessori preschool? So I decided to go and study it in depth, and I registered in a Montessori training college, teacher training college,
Right.
St. Nicholas in London, Kensington, and I was big, I was pregnant, I was not very comfortable, but I went to my classes every night and I did all my courses and I made all my material and I did all my lectures and I was loving it. It was so fascinating for me to understand these little minds, how these little minds work and how to challenge these little minds. So I got my credentials when I think I did my finals. I was like 3 weeks before my due date. I did my finals. I got my credentials, and um, and I hired a nanny at the beginning when my son was very young, and then when he got to the age that he was ready to go to school, I put him in a Montessori school. So I was very
Okay.
involved, and and he was growing. So he was so curious and he was learning so much in that school, which was like, for me, comparing with my like, other 2 year olds, 3 year olds, I'm like, this child is very curious. He was asking questions. He wants to know more. He wants to touch everything. He wants to like experience anything. He's not scared of anything. He's very social. Uh, I used to take him to a supermarket and he would ask me, he was only 2, and he says, Mom, I want this. I'm like, go and ask that gentleman which aisle it is. And he said, okay. He will walk to this guy in the supermarket and ask them, he said, where do I find my cereal? And he says,
Oh my
which
God.
cereal would you like? So this is, I like my chocolate chip something. And the gentleman will say, it's in aisle 3. And he will come back to me and say, Mom, the gentleman said it's in aisle 3. So
Oh.
he was, I was like, I was, these little things is just made me crack up. I was so cute.
Yeah.
And then I had my second child. So the second child went to Montessori school as well. And she flourished as well. She loved it. She was very curious, very organized, the girls are. And so I had a very good experience with her as well. And now the both of them are graduating college and they're top of their game. So I'm very proud of them. So this carried on until I would say early 2005, 2006.
20 years ago.
Yeah, I moved to US with my family, and I had no idea what to do because my husband's family were here and they were like, encouraging us to move to US because of a better opportunity for the kids, better opportunity for us, be closer to the family. And so we did move here, and my sister-in-law, and the one I told you at the beginning of the story that she encouraged me to go and learn about Montessori when I got pregnant.
Right.
And she was planning to expand to US, and she opened the school, Central Montessori School, in Encinitas, the school that I have now. And she found it very hard to communicate between Toronto and here. So she wasn't sure whether she wants to keep the school and not keep the school. And she offered me to run it for her. She said, you're a Montessori teacher, you have some experience, but in business part of it, I had a lot of experience. And she wanted me to run the school, which at the end we decided to buy the school from her. So I bought Central Montessori School in Encinitas in 2006, 2007, and
Okay.
I have been here since then. And
Wow.
now it's almost 20 years.
That's that sounds like 20 years sounds like a long time. Do you feel like it's a long time for you?
And honestly, sometimes I think that I can, no, I can't, sometimes I can't believe it. It's like, I've been here for 20 years. I've been doing this for 20 years.
Yeah.
And my kids were like 5 and 8 when we came here. Now they are 27 and 25. Um, Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I've been doing this for 20 years.
Was it a difficult decision for you to make? You know, coming from, you know, fashion industry, and you talk about how excited it was working in the fashion industry, traveling, all the fun things, and running a school is very different. Day in, day out, it's all this, you know, operation work. Was it a hard decision for you to like decide I want to move over to do Montessori and run the Montessori school?
It wasn't a hard decision as such, but I had to think with my common sense.
Mm,
US market was completely different than Europe.
okay.
So whereas, Europe, you use public transport and you
Mm,
walk everywhere.
yeah.
And here, especially California, there is not such thing as a public transport,
Yeah, you
and
have
you
to
don't
drive
walk
everywhere.
anywhere.
Yes.
You even pick up your prescription by drive through. So it was kind of like, for me, I knew that this market is not gonna, for retail, the one what I
Mm,
have been used to, is not gonna be a good investment. So
mm,
I was open, I was just had I just was open, very open-minded to see
mm.
what can I do when I moved
Right.
here, and I have two small children.
Mm-hmm.
And my daughter was a little bit suffering in school because they both had very strong British accents, and nobody could
Mm.
understand what they are saying, especially a
Interesting.
5-year-old and a young one. So
Right.
I was trying to settle them down. And then when this opportunity came, I got a little bit scared when I kind of like, my sister-in-law talked to me about it. I'm like, oh my goodness, the complete different
Mm,
clientele, different market, everything's different. I don't know anything about US
mm.
guidelines and what I need to do and this and that. So what I did, which was I think smart of me, I kept the assistant director to
Mm.
stay with me,
Okay.
and kind of I learned a lot from her as far as the rules and regulations were concerned,
Mm.
like licensing, for example. Because in Europe, it's kind of is the same, a little bit different here and there.
Right.
And so she stayed with me for a year until I kind of felt comfortable that I can cover all the guidelines. I can
Mm-hmm.
uh, make this happen without
Mm.
uh, a second help from somewhere else.
Right.
And so I did it. And it wasn't as big as the school wasn't as big as what it is now. We only had
Mm.
60 children. It wasn't as busy as it is now.
Demanding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was more manageable, and
Mm-hmm.
and I did it, and I had the kids. I had the two small kids, and I had the school. And little by little, we grew, and our reputation got better and better. The word
Mm.
of the mouth was here and there. Everybody kind of were curious about
Yeah.
Central Montessori School. There's a new owner, and there's this,
Mm-hmm.
and there's that. And I just got bigger, and sometimes I can't believe it that from
Really?
where I was uh, with 60 children, not knowing exactly what I'm doing. Okay, I
Mm.
have the credentials, I have the knowledge, but I didn't have the experience.
Mm.
So my experience was in a different world than
Right.
schooling and Montessori.
Mm.
So sometimes I'm proud of myself, actually, to be honest with you. When I think about it, that you came from Europe to England and completely changing career, and
Right.
you made such a success out of it that
Mm.
now my capacity for the school is over 200,
Mm.
and my children, and I call all my kids here my children, and I have
I
about
love that.
so my children are like over 500, 160
Mm.
students.
Right. Right.
So I'm very proud, and I love every single one of them, my kids and my
Oh,
teachers.
I love that. So it's a big transition, but it sounds like it naturally happened for you.
It just happened. I think it
It
was
just
like
happened.
it was meant to be.
It was
I
meant to
was
be.
in the right place at the right time, and I
I
took
love that.
advantage of it. And I wouldn't change it with anything. I
Mm,
am every morning when I come in, I'm happy. When I see my children, I'm happy. When I see the parents coming in, they are so nice, very sweet, very supportive.
right.
My teachers are working so hard. I mean, as I said, they've been with me for many, many years. I don't even need to
Mm,
train anyone.
right.
It's just everything just works out so beautifully.
Wow, that's so beautiful. One thing you mentioned that, you approach things with an open-minded mentality. Like when you first moved to the US, are so different, and you choose to be open-minded to look for different opportunities. And from our experience working together, I feel like it's a big part of you being open-minded when we first approach you to talk about the idea of creating a parent education app. You were the one of the first ones that says, yes, that's a great idea, let's do it. So where did you get that, open mind from your experience before? Where did you get that? Is it from your parents? Is it from your previous experience? And I do see that plays a big part in your success today.
I think it you know my childhood story. I
Mm,
lost my mom when I was very young. So it was only me and my sister. I was
right.
17 and she was 12. And we lived in England. My dad would travel between Iran and England to see
Mm,
us, but we were kind
yes.
of by ourselves, very
Mm-hmm.
very young. And I think I learned everything in a hard way. I made
Mm,
mistakes and I learned from it. I made
mm,
mistakes and I learned from it. And I think
right.
that was through all my growing up teenage years and
Mm,
20, when I was 20. For example, at the beginning, when finished high school, I wanted to be an architect. So I did 2 years of architecture. And
okay.
after 2 years, I realized this is not what I want to do. I wasn't
Mm,
happy. And I said, this is not what I want. I had something in my mind when I was 18 that I want to be an architect and I want to design this and I want to design that. And
right.
when I start studying it, I realized that no, I don't want to do this. I'm not
It's not
enjoying
for
this.
you.
Not for me. Not for it's very was very macho. I didn't like it.
Mm,
And so that's why I decided to go to retail and fashion and travel.
mm,
Um, I made mistakes and I learned from them. So
mm,
I'm always, so I that kind of taught me to be open-minded. Don't jump
mm,
into something that you're not sure. Think
right.
about it, look
Mm,
at your cons and pros,
mm,
and see what opportunity you have and what are you expecting of this
mm,
situation to happen. So I think
right.
all of that kind of um, taught me how to assess everything. Like,
Mm,
think about it, assess it, have a look at it, play around with it, put it up and down, inside out, and
mm,
then
mm,
and then go for it. Which that's
right.
what I did when I came here. I was open-minded. I was like, I'm not going to say, oh no, no, I'm going to have my own boutique
Thing.
again, and I'm going to travel, and I'm going to do this. No, I knew this market is not going to be for that. I would have
Mm,
failed. And when this happened, I'm like, okay, I love Montessori. My kids are Montessori. I have the
mhm,
credentials. I have the business side, knowledge of how to run a business. And I've got
mm,
the support from another assistant director that, I
right.
can learn a lot from them.
Mm.
So, and then you came in my life and you said that, I have this idea about why Montessori, about Montopia, about
Right.
parents' communication, because that sometimes parents, we need more. I need
Mm,
more than 2 report cards a year. I need to
right.
know, and I don't have time to come and sit in the classroom and watch my child does. So
Right.
how do I get more information? How would I know
Mm,
what my child does? I know
mm,
you have report cards. I know you have parents teacher conferences, but that's not like every month. That's like twice a
mm,
year if you're lucky. In
right.
some schools, maybe not even that. And so when you told me, I'm like, this is all the things that I hear from my parents, that they want to
Mm,
know more, they want to be involved, and they want to know what their child does. Okay, we had
mm,
Facebook, we had Instagram, but that was just pictures of the holidays or field trips or
mm,
the fun stuff, not the day, not the academic side of it. The academic side of it, they just had to wait until they get a press report cards. Then we have a meeting, and then we show them what they've done for the past 6 months that we haven't had time to come and sit with you and talk to you. But when
mm,
you introduce this to us, I'm like, this is exactly what's missing. This is what
mm,
parents want, the communication. They want to see when they're sitting in their office and they get a notification and they look at their child, like, for example, reading or doing math. This is what they want to see.
mm. Yeah, that's one thing I admire you is you're being so open-minded and you are willing to listen. So you're willing to listen to your parents' needs and ideas and what kind of things they feel like it's lacking, and you're willing to listen without, your ego sitting in the middle, trying to like approve that you're right about everything, and then you take actions and you take quick actions. And I think that's very powerful. And so you talk about you love Montessori when you have this opportunity, you decide to take it on. So is there an aha moment for you, like when you came across Montessori? Is there a moment that make you feel like this is the right thing that I want to do? This is what I meant to do. Do you have that moment?
I think when I that the my aha moment is when my children leave and they come back for visits.
Mm, tell me
And
more about that.
yeah, for example, they graduate from here, they're 5, 6 years old, they move
Mhm.
on to different schools, and they come back to see us. And they still remember the work that they did in the classroom. They want to go and see their
Mm,
teacher. They remember the field trip we went to. They remember what happened here a couple of years
mm,
ago when they were in preschool. I think
right.
that's the aha moment. My oldest students that was here with us now is 25,
Wow.
and she's in the same classroom as my daughter, or was in the same classroom as my daughter.
Right.
So this is the aha moment,
It
that
makes you
my
excited.
kids, they still want to come back and see us,
Oh my God.
the preschoolers. I had last May, I had one of my students that he graduated from high school,
Hmm.
and he came from the graduation in La
Hmm.
Costa Canyon to our schools with the cap and gown,
Oh my God.
and he rang the bell. We opened the door, and
Yeah.
I cried. I'm like, oh my God,
Wow.
look at you. And we went and found his picture in
Mm.
our wall when he was only 5 and he was here.
Wow.
And so we went and saw the teacher, and we just hugged, and me and mom
Mm.
cried. And it was,
That's so
I
beautiful.
think these are the aha moments
Wow.
that
And
my
so
kids come back.
yes, and that you have those beautiful memories that you establish together when they're there with your school. Would you say there are challenges as well? We talk about a lot of beautiful things, the successful stories. Is there any challenges for you right now, day in and day out, at your school?
The challenges, it's not day in, day out, but there are challenges.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we have students with special needs, and we really want to help. We really want to see what we can do for that child, what is good for that child, uh, what does he need. How do we make him happy? How do we make the family happy? How do we make his stay here happy? And sometimes it's not possible.
Mm.
So I think those are the kind of my challenges of how do I do this? How do I make it easier for them? How do I help this child? How do I help the whole family? Because I see mom in tears, I see dad upset.
Mm.
But sometimes, but if I cannot do anything, that's upsetting me.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's
I get
very
upset if I cannot help them to achieve what they are looking for here at CMS.
right, right. That's a big mission. That's a lot to take on
Yeah,
for yourself.
it's. I mean, you work with kids. It's hard.
Yeah. So what do you have next step? Now with its expansion, the school is growing, everything is doing great. Do you still have your next step? So you are happy with where you are right now, and you just kind of like, let's celebrate and stay for a bit, or you're
No,
looking for the bigger
no,
next
no,
steps?
no,
I know
never.
you always have the next bigger steps.
Yes, yes, no. No, as I said, I've just expanded and I would
Mhm.
love to see it through,
Mm,
completely expand.
yeah.
And I would love to have more students, more staff, more
Mm.
families to take care of.
Oh, it's growing.
Yeah, that never, I never stop that. I don't know when I'm gonna retire. I'm in my
Mm,
late 50s. I retire when I feel that, it's time. But
yeah.
now it's not time. I still got some more energy in me to move forward.
That's so exciting to hear. Well, any final words that you'd like to share with our audience?
Yes, working with children, I think it's one of the best
Mm,
experiences of my life. Sometimes it's hard to work with adults. I have worked with adults,
right.
and it's hard
Mm-hmm.
sometimes. But with the children, it's the most rewarding thing that when you see them, oh, they start reading. Oh my God, they start addition. Look how smart they are. Look at the way they ask questions. Look, look at their smile on their faces when you walk in the classroom. And hi,
Mm-hmm.
Miss Man, do you want to see what I've done? So these are all the things that is really rewarding, and
Mm.
I just love being with them.
Wow, that's very powerful. I mean, it's the love of children that inspires your work day in and day out, I guess.
Totally,
Yeah.
100%. I just love going in the classroom and see their faces while they're working. It's amazing.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for your time. I think this is a great, a beautiful conversation we had, and it's very inspiring to hear about your story. And we hope to share your passion and your mission with the Montessori community and get people excited to do more, great work in the community. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for sharing my experiences.
Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Visit montopia.ymontessori.com to learn about our own Montessori Why. Here at Why Montessori, we're passionate about building Montopia, our innovative parent education app designed for Montessori schools. Submit your story on our website and share your Montessori Why. We'd love to have you.